Hey people, I am live. Welcome to the Monday live stream. It's 5:30 p.m. and it's about 13 degrees, so fairly mild today. A bit overcast though, but there was some blue sky, as you can see. So welcome everyone. Glad you could all make it. I see Daniel and Craig O'Connor, and Marge and Rebecca and Kyle Walker, and Vivian Johnson, and Modano and Lee, and Gertij. What's up, Matt Chat? Zach and Lena Capelan, Robert Savage, Tiana, and everyone else. What's up, Billy T? Got a Dan and a Daniel. Fun Psychology, Dog Mama. Hello, Yosef. Hello, Dude from Whitby. What's up, Randy Ruck? So my plan today was to start streaming in Midtown and make my way to downtown, but something happened that prevented me from leaving my apartment when I was planning to. And I've only just now been able to leave my apartment, so I had to switch around my route from Midtown to downtown to Midtown. So now we're going to be going the opposite way that I was planning to go. I had quite the eventful afternoon in my apartment today. My apartment got taken over by the Toronto police SWAT team, believe it or not. There was a ruckus in the apartment right below mine. So the SWAT team knocked on my door and they wanted to access my apartment to try to get into the apartment below me through my window, like rappel, to do a rappel down from my window to the window below mine to enter the unit below mine. So they were there for quite a while. I basically had to just stand around and observe everything that was going on and stay out of the way. Hey, Peter Bradfield, $1.99. Sing Walking on Sunshine. There's not much sunshine right now though, Peter. More like I'm walking on cloud cover. Whoa. Hey, Alex Oliveira, Yvonne Atherton, Picard, Engage, Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Hey, Toronto's Doo-Wop Music Guy, Tara Evans. Thank you very much, Peter Bradfield, for the super chat. Much appreciated. And I might have managed to turn on my camera while all this was going down inside my apartment. Hey, Derek C, hello. Carl Roth. Quite a unusual day today. I was planning to leave my apartment at 4 o'clock to head out to record a video and then do my live stream after that, but I basically couldn't leave until just shortly before I began the stream. That's when all the cops finally cleared out of my apartment. And I was like, well, I guess I'm starting my stream down here. I want to start it on time. And apparently the guy down below was taken into custody, so I'm not sure what was going on. I know that guy below me has been troublesome for quite some time now. I often hear loud noises coming from the unit below mine, lots of shouting and crashing noises. That's been going on for a long time with that guy down there. So I think today something more serious was taking place, obviously. Hey Fernando, hello. I did have my camera handy while all this was going on inside my apartment. And I did manage to press record. Yeah, they were going to rappel out of my window down to the window below mine. Basically enter his apartment through his window many floors above the ground, right? So quite dangerous. Hey, Bill Chow. Well, my apartment's all back to normal now. They had to move all sorts of things around and out of the way, you know, to have access to my window. I had stuff like kind of blocking where they needed to go, so we kind of had to rearrange my apartment a little bit. But after they left, I quickly put it all back to normal. So all is well, I think. I'm not sure what's going to be happening with that guy, though, who was taken into custody. How many were there? There were like 4, I think. There was 3 who were inside my apartment and some more out in the hallway. Hey, Sebastian. Hey, thank you, Megan Alyssa. That's right, my channel hit 15 million views today. Overall channel views, right? I think early this morning or whenever the count is updated, it passed 15 million. Kind of crazy to think. I remember it wasn't all that long ago when I was celebrating 1 million channel views. Just a few years ago, I think. Hey, Kevin Hawthorne, hello. Could be a scene from Law and Order. Of course, just my luck, right, that the apartment they needed to do all this in would be mine. The guy lives directly below me, of course.
If you don't obey mom.
Peter Bradfield, another $1.99. Birds on a sunny day out your window love my voice. Are you sure they love my voice? I guess I won't argue with that. And hopefully you don't mind it either, Peter. Thanks again for the super chat. Cheers again, Peter Bradfield. Much appreciated. And Medano, 10 bucks. Congrats on reaching 15 million channel views. Cheers, Ken. Thank you so much, Medano, also for all your support and for the very kind congrats. Much appreciated, Medano. Thank you very kindly. All right, we're walking up Sherbourne Street. I don't think I mentioned that. Walking north up Sherbourne. So I'm going to stick to my original route, but I'm just going to do it in reverse. It was my loud footsteps. I always try to be very quiet when I walk around. You don't hear too much from one unit to the other, though, in that building I live in, because it was built very solidly with thick cement walls between the units and between the floors. But when he's smashing things around down there and yelling at the top of his lungs, I do hear it. But it's not like super duper loud in my unit, but I definitely do hear it though. Freshco. This is where I was planning to end my stream if I was coming the other way from Midtown down to here. Hey, the Nerd Nest, what's up? Robert Savage. Bill, yeah, I'm just glad I was home, because if I wasn't home, the superintendent might have been called to unlock my unit and allow them access or something. I'm not sure what would have happened if I wasn't home, right? Because I was literally just a few minutes away from leaving when the cops knocked on my door. So that would have been something to arrive home later on if I had left before they knocked on my door, and then come home to find my apartment all rearranged or whatever the case may be. Like, what in the hell was going on? Did I get robbed? What's happening here? Hey, Bucky Smith. Kristen, there was something happening in the unit below my unit. So the cops came into my unit because they wanted to use my window to try to go out my window to get into the window of the unit below mine to enter that apartment. Randy Ruck became a city dweller. Hey, thanks Marge for letting me know. And thank you, Randy Ruck, for rejoining the ranks of channel membership. Cheers, Randy Ruck. Welcome to City Dweller Tier, as I should say. Hey, Mr. Adam's Apple. Robert Sprite. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't see that happening. Famous Master 2000, thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. And Jason Curling, $3. I hope all is well. Yeah, all is well now. It was pretty weird a bit earlier, but I think it'll turn out to be a-okay. Stream is proceeding as planned. Thank you very kindly for the super chat. Cheers. Thanks, Andy. I re-buzzed myself. I did it over again just a few days ago. It was already getting a bit poofy. My hair grows fast, right? So I was like, I don't think I want it to get poofy again already, so I reshaved it. Hey, Howard Charco. Alright, we're at Bloor and Sherbourne. Whew, I don't think I need this hoodie. Feeling a bit warm. Tom Seeley, $5. It's like your grandma always said, you haven't lived until the SWAT team takes over your apartment and repels from your window. Apparently not, right? Apparently not. Never thought I'd ever have anything like that happen to me, anyway. Thank you very much, Tom Seeley, for the $5. Much appreciated. Hey, Johnny B. My hair was getting poofy, I said. It was growing at a rapid rate. I'm not sure if it's called the tactical unit. It might be called something like that. But the cops themselves just called it a SWAT team, right? Like, first a regular cop came to my door and he said that there's a SWAT team downstairs that might need to access my apartment. And I was like, oh, what? I was like, no, get out of town. Hey, skywalking. Yeah, that leads down to the Rosedale Valley, that trail. I'm not going to walk down there now, though, but I have walked through the Rosedale Valley before, a few times. Usually during the fall colors or another prettier time of year. This is the ugliest time of year to walk through a valley, I would say. Hey, Alicia Lewis, welcome to the stream. Hello, would like to sleep, Carl Roth. It's time to look for a new apartment. I don't know, I wouldn't go that far. It's the time for the guy who lives underneath me to look for a new apartment, maybe. I've been there 15 years and nothing like this, you know, has ever happened. There hasn't been much of anything happening in my building the whole time I've lived there. It's quite quiet. It's a very quiet building. This guy below me is the first time I've had someone so troubled, I guess you could say, living near me. Marge, $5 for some ice cream to chill on later on. Thank you very kindly. Yeah, we're getting close to ice cream sandwich season, right? Thank you very much, Marge, for the ice cream fund. Ice cream sandwich season is here. I've had cops recognize me before and say hi to me, but none of these ones seem to recognize me. Yeah, they know Johnny too, some of them, right? I've seen some moments in his videos where a cop has said hi to him. Yeah, I'm wearing my twinning shirt, my blue plaid shirt. I probably don't need to be wearing it. I'm a bit hot, to be honest. I could shed either my hoodie or this flannel shirt. I think I'd be a lot more comfortable. Now, that's true, Vivian. I've heard him mention that before. Hey, Elle. Yeah, spring is here. It's gradually springing. It's taking its time a bit. This lawn looks nice. It's the nicest lawn in the city. It should look nice. Yeah, that's the one, Rebecca. Yeah, and I walk fast too, so that heats me up a bit. All right, we're at Church and Bloor. Oh, I told Megan what was happening already. Jeez, my phone is losing battery pretty quickly. I might have to re-plug in my power bank here. This light will ever change. It's a bit gloomy-ish out. Alright, I'm gonna try to get a better connection with my power bank. Hell no, there's no snow in the forecast. Maybe some flurries in some other parts of Ontario further north, but I don't think here in Toronto though. Hey, Janice Pike, hello. Hey, later, Rebecca. I'll catch you on the next one. Hey. Edmer Wendell Santos, how you doing? Mixed rain and snow. That can stay out there. We don't want it here. Alright, now my battery's going back up again. It must have been sort of a bad connection before with my power bank. We're at Yonge and Bloor, that's right. Oh, what the heck. This new Nike flagship store opened here not too long ago, and now they've already got this big scaffolding right in front of their store. They're probably not too happy about that. Hey, thanks, Carl. Alright, we're at Yonge and Bloor. The walk light is on for all crossings. The walk light is on for all crossings. Yeah, Toronto doesn't take a back seat to any city when it comes to scaffolding. Hey, thank you, Randy Ruck. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on that. I saw it creeping up to 15 million channel views a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I'll try to make sure I acknowledge that when it actually happens, and today was the day. YouTube even sent me a little congratulatory thing saying congrats on 15 million channel views. They sort of keep track of that stuff too. So they posted a little banner on my YouTube Studio main page. Alright, so we're going to leave downtown, we're going to walk up into Midtown. The reverse of what I was planning to do. Yeah, sort of, Peter. It's known for its construction, and the scaffolding comes along with that. It's just one of those things people like to joke about. Yorkville Avenue. Hey, YouTube. Sub count, it's getting close to 28,000. I'm just a couple hundred subs away, I think, from 28,000. So hey, if you're watching and you still haven't subscribed for some weird reason, this is your chance. Hit the subscribe. 28,000 is getting close. I hope to hit it in the next, month or so, month or two. Probably in the next couple of months. Well, actually, wait a second. No, I'm more like 2,000 subs away from 28,000. Yeah, not a couple hundred. I'm a couple thousand subs away from 28,000. I was getting ahead of myself there. But still, I think I can hit 28,000 maybe by sometime in the summer, I'm hoping. And maybe I'll hit 30,000 by later in the year. I'd like to hit 30,000 before the end of this year. Lisa, yeah, you're right. I think I meant to say I'm a couple thousand away from 30K. That's right. I'm a couple thousand away from 30K. The nice big round number. That's what I'm thinking about. So I am only a couple hundred away from 28K. So yeah, let's get me to 28K and then we'll worry about 30K after that. So maybe 30K by late summer. That would be nice. Or even midsummer. Sorry. Yeah, we'll see, Lisa. Maybe by the end of the year I'll be, 32K, something like that. You never know, man, with the way channels speed up and slow down in their growth. You can't really be too sure. My channel has gone through some major growth spurts where it grew like crazy in a very short amount of time, and then it will slow down and grow very slowly for a little while. And I'll start to think, uh-oh, is this it for my channel? And then all of a sudden it'll start growing fast again. You just can't really predict it too well. Hey, Harjot. But still, even hitting 30,000 is kind of cool. That's like, you know, the population of some small cities like Aurelia or something, you know? Yeah, when I did my first collab with Action Kid, my channel added quite a lot of new subs, so it does help to collab with a bigger channel. Same with Johnny. Alex, yeah, it's like the population of Ontario, pretty much. Ontario has about 16 million people, I think, now, but close enough. Canada's over 40 million now, so I still have a ways to go to hit 40 million channel views. I think Johnny is around there on his channel. Carl, no, I don't. I think I've seen him once or twice in my elevator, in the building's elevator. I was wearing my Buffy the Vampire t-shirt one time, and I think it was him anyway, he like said he liked my shirt. He seemed relatively okay-ish, you know, when I encountered him in the elevator. Hey, Epic Nation, what's up? Yeah, now the sun is coming out and all of a sudden I feel very overdressed. Alright, so we're coming into Midtown along Yonge Street, heading north. I'm going to walk through the Rosedale stretch here. Hey, Jenny. Arriving with the late fee. $5 late fee, root beer fund, and congrats on 15 million channel views. Thank you very kindly, Jenny. And thanks again for the support. I'll add that to the root beer fund, or maybe the chocolate treats fund for even more Easter cream eggs. Much appreciated, Jenny. Thank you very, very much. Carl, yeah, around there. I think it's grown a little bit in recent years. Might be like 56,000-ish, because it has always been pretty stagnant, but it finally started picking up some growth over the last few years due to the large levels of immigration, right? It's been spilling over into the smaller cities, even like North Bay. So even stagnant old North Bay started to grow. But North Bay has been sort of stuck between 50 and 60,000 people for the last like 50 years, you know? It never really was able to really get beyond that point. Samuel, I think I might walk along part of Eglinton, yep. Hey, West Coast Walker. Yeah, I'm hot. I'm gonna unbutton my flannel shirt here. I didn't need to wear this at all. Of course, I had to stop right in front of the Muzak here. At the Quail. Yeah, it's a little better. Feel some air. Hey, Midnight Express. Yeah, I'm pretty much the exact opposite of GQ fashionable. Hey, Fat Tony. Hey, Dahlia. I don't know if I've heard that song before, but that's what they say about LA. Yeah, it is moving pretty quick. Sorry if I miss any chats. I know I have already. Ooh, I wonder if I can take off this hoodie and shirt. I have a t-shirt. Maybe I can carry around my hoodie and t-shirt. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the gimbal down for a second. Remember the time I put a shirt on while I was streaming? Well, this time I'm going to take a shirt or two off. Expelta, hello. Vivian, yeah. Guess I got away with it. Hey, Lenny Aberdeen. Alright, I left the flannel on, but I took off the hoodie. That does feel a lot better. Of course, now I have to carry around this bag, but oh well. I haven't turned this fountain on yet. Holy moly, jelly bean, 20 bucks. I take it you enjoyed my removing of the hoodie? Thank you very much, jelly bean. Welcome to the stream also. But wow, a very generous support. Cheers, jelly bean. Much appreciated. I need a backpack. Yeah, except I hate them. I hate backpacks. They get my back all sweaty. I know they're convenient or whatever, but I hate the feeling of having a hot and sweaty back. Eventually they'll turn this on. Hey, Outlaw Radio 1960 and Funny Dog. And sometimes when I'm walking along behind a bunch of business men in the financial district and I notice they all have backpacks on, it just reminds me of a bunch of like little schoolboys. It's like, here's these Bay Street finance bros, but they look like schoolboys all walking along with their backpacks together. Hey, Jan Neeson. John Nicholson, if I didn't say hi already. Ooh, catching a train. CP rail line. Maybe a briefcase. Yeah, I think I'm more of a briefcase guy. You know, if I worked in the financial district, I think I'd prefer the briefcase look. You don't see too many briefcase carrying people anymore. Fanny pack. Well, Vivian got me a cross bag, right? It's like a sort of fanny pack, but you wear it across your chest with a strap. So I'll see how that looks. I haven't tried it out and about yet. The traditional fanny pack, though, that goes around your waist, I'm not a fan of those. I'm not a fan knee of those. Whatever. Is that train still going? Yeah. Long train. Even had another locomotive just go by. It's a multiple locomotive train. All right. North we continue. We're still walking through the Rosedale stretch here. But Summerhill Station is just around the corner. Up the hill. Have we already been streaming for an hour? Holy moly. Feels like a half an hour. Here's where the hill gets pretty steep by Toronto standards right here. Hey, the Nerd Nest, yeah, hopefully you can come for a visit sometime. Love this view. have an offer I can't refuse. Where? I didn't notice an offer I can't refuse. Where's this music coming from? This guy coming on his scooter here. He's got his tunes just a pumping, man. Holy moly. Wowie wow wow. Wowie wow wow. I sound like Johnny. See if I can get a better view. There we go. How's that? Hey, Bill Chow. All right, we're approaching St. Clair Avenue. So I'm going to keep on heading north. The guy with the boombox hanging from his pants, yeah. It was just a giant speaker, you know, like probably connected with Bluetooth to his phone or whatever. What's up, Coleslaw? Outlaw Radio wants to meet up. Are you around these parts? If I'm ever walking through someone's area and they're within, you know, sniping distance, I'm cool with people coming to say hi. Nothing wrong with a hello. Hey, Jillian Felix. It's at College Park. Well, that's sort of in the opposite direction of where I'm going. Bruce from Alberta. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going in the opposite direction from where you are right now. Geez, I'm wondering if I should take off the flannel shirt. I'm still feeling a bit hot. Hey, just Smitty. I might have to do another striptease maybe. Yeah, I'm going to be walking past Yonge and Eglinton eventually. I'm going to loop around a bit though once I get up to that area. All right, that's better. Why didn't I just come out with my t-shirt to begin with? The color purple. All right, we're at St. Clair.
Do you know where LCBO is?
To be honest, I don't really know. Sorry. She asked me where the LCBO is, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with liquor stores and where they're located. I imagine there's one somewhere around here. Hey, Ronnie 81. Yeah, when you don't drink, you don't pay too much attention to where liquor stores or beer stores are or things like that. Unless I walk past them all the time. I know that where the ones downtown are just because I walked past them so many times. Up here, I have no clue. Vivian, I'm walking up to Yonge and Eglinton, but that's not my destination though. I will be walking through Yonge and Eglinton and around Yonge and Eglinton, but my final destination is another spot because I'm going to record a video. My plan is to record a video after the live stream, so I'll be walking to another area to record that video. Hey, Chuck Diamond, what's up? Because my plan was to record a video before the stream until all the SWAT team action went down and I couldn't leave my apartment. So now I have to record the video after the stream. Everything's in reverse. Everything's backwards today. Okay, thanks, Vivian. Yeah, I've done that walk before. I've walked from North York Center all the way down to Eglinton. I've done that at least once during a live stream. Oh yeah, Jenny, you missed what I was talking about at the beginning, I guess. Yeah, there was a SWAT team inside my apartment today. Because there was a situation in the apartment beneath mine, directly beneath mine, so they had to access my apartment because they wanted to go out my window and rappel down to the window below mine and enter that unit, because the guy was barricaded inside his apartment and they couldn't get in through the door, so they wanted to get in through his window, and they had to use my apartment to try and do that. So I had a SWAT team in my apartment today, setting up a bunch of equipment to rappel out my window. How could they all fit? Yeah. And they're huge. Some of those cops are huge, man. The one cop who was the repeller, I think he looked too big to even fit through my window. My windows aren't very big. Hey, our Toronto, hello. Chuck, yeah, you know, Johnny and I have talked about doing something like that. It just has yet to happen. Because we thought it would be, you know, cool to have him and I both get together, since we have a lot of the same viewers, right? Obviously he has way more subscribers than I do, but we have a lot of the same regulars, at least, who turn out for the live streams and participate in the live chat and all that sort of thing. So that would be fun to do. Well, Jenny, guess what? I recorded a video. I sort of managed to prop my camera up and press record while all this was going on inside my apartment. Yeah, maybe I'll bring it up with Johnny again. We haven't talked about it for a while, but that's something we have discussed before. Or at least we sort of brought up the possibility of something like that happening sometimes. Yeah, how many people can say they had a SWAT team use their apartment to rappel to another apartment below? T-Shots, we did have a meeting of sorts not too long ago at the Mandarin to celebrate Vasily's birthday, so Johnny was there, T-Shods, Henry, I was there. So a bunch of us all were together with some viewers also who came along, right? It wasn't all just the streamers or YouTubers. We had some viewers also who came to the party at the Mandarin. That was like a couple months ago. So we did do that. That was pretty fun. It was all you can eat. Hey, Diane Brighton, hello. Carl, yeah, I only have one window that opens enough without a screen so they could actually crawl out it. So luckily I did have that one window they could actually use, right? But it turns out that just as they were getting ready to rappel out my window, the cops down below, one floor below me, were able to get into his apartment through his door. So they didn't have to rappel. They spent like a long time setting it all up and getting ready to do it, but then they didn't have to do it. And I think the guy who was going to do it was relieved because he seemed a bit concerned about how he was going to squeeze through my little window and not like fall head first out, you know, instead of the proper way. Yeah, Lisa, you'll see. I had a SWAT team in my apartment today using my window. Hopefully the video turned out okay. I had to sort of hastily set up the camera. Probably doesn't have the best angle or anything like that. I wasn't holding it. I just propped it up and pointed it towards the window. Might be a bit far away. I might have to edit it a bit, crop it maybe. Oh yeah, Lisa? Well, it might have been the same situation. Hey, Ronnie81, awesome. It's another train. I didn't notice any news crews or anything. Hey, Jennifer Haley, I'm doing good. All right, I'll check him out later, Lisa. So the guy was taken into custody, as I mentioned, below me. So apparently they were able to get inside his apartment without having to rappel. I was kind of hoping to record the rappelling though, you know? I was like, oh man. How cool will this be, you know? Yeah, I'm approaching Davisville now. Here's Merton Street. Adjust my power bank again. Good evening, Jefferson Rivas. Hello, hello. Alright, we're in Davisville Village. I guess Midtown Yonge, according to the BIA. Where's the headquarters of the Toronto Transit Commission? Davisville Avenue, and there's a Burrito Boys over there. I haven't tried that one yet. There's no reason for me to come way up here to Burrito Boys when I have several options downtown. But at least it's here if I need it, right? Having a Midtown burrito emergency. Yeah, it's a lot milder than I was expecting it to be. Which is why I had to shed some layers out here. Oh, right on, Lisa. Hopefully you didn't encounter any sketchiness. Yeah, you missed it at Visirit. You missed 2 strip shows, actually. We're hovering around 300 concurrent viewers. Come and say hi if you have never done so. If you want, you just have to hit the subscribe to participate in the live chat. No biggie. Just gotta push a button. It's free. Then come and say hi if you want, or not. But if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell also, because I do these streams regularly and you'll be notified as to when I do another stream or premiere a pre-recorded video, which I also do on this channel. Yeah, I was out recording a couple videos yesterday in the nice weather. Jake Eves. So we started downtown and now we're in Midtown, not too far from Yonge and Eglinton. I don't think there'll be a next time in this stream. I don't have any more layers to remove without showing some skin. And as comfortable as that might be, I've never been one of those guys who thinks it's okay to walk around without a shirt on in public. I've done it once or twice, I guess, you know, in rare occasions, but generally speaking, that's not something I do. even when it's 40 degrees outside. That guy tripped. Maybe I'll cross. Let's cross on over to the other side. Oh, that's good, Jenny. You're not cool. Guy in car, you're not cool. Nobody who heard that thought that guy's cool. Well, maybe I should say no one over the age of 12, maybe. Yeah, it was a car. It was that car that was waiting at the light. Approaching the heart of Stridesland. Yeah, I think sunset is at 8 p.m. tonight. It's getting decently late now. Really shady all of a sudden now that we're surrounded by all these tall buildings. Temperature dropped like 5 degrees. I don't need to put my shirt back on or anything. This building, Lisa, or the new one under construction? I don't mind this one either. It's a nice sort of mid-century office building. And it has a twin just up ahead. One of them is going to be knocked down though, I think, for a new development. Hey, Gabriella Guto. Hello, hello. Glad you could make it to the stream. Where your Airbnb was. Oh, cool. Maybe you'll come back to Toronto this summer. would be sweet. So there's the other one. These two buildings are more or less the same. I think Canadian Tire is headquartered at one of them.
The Outlaw meets the Continuum.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
How the heck are you?
Hey, good. Nice meeting you, man. Nice meeting you. So you made it. You hopped on the subway, I guess. Yeah.
I can't
Are
walk as fast as you do.
You
I'm
drove?
getting old, kid.
I ran into the Outlaw.
Hi, Bruce from Alberta.
Right on, right on. So you're from Calgary, is it?
Castor, it's a small town
okay.
east of Red Deer. I was born and raised in Edmonton.
Oh, right on, right on. I've been to Edmonton a bunch of times.
I guess your dad's there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As I said, when we've been talking over the years, I was in Toronto from 85 to 97.
Oh, okay.
So I'm always making a comment, well, that's what used to be there.
Right. Yeah, I was
and
still.
I know my Karen always sends you money at the Santa Claus parade.
All right. I was still living in North Bay back in those days, yeah.
Well, we were here from 85 to 97. And then
Out west.
baby number 3.
Right.
In Toronto.
Oh, okay.
And then baby number 3 showed up on the horizon.
So when did you go out west then?
I returned to Alberta in 97.
Okay, yeah.
Karen taught at Santa Cristo, which is the new University of Toronto building.
All right.
On Doverford, well, not Doverford, geez.
Right.
Humbert Street.
Okay, yeah.
And just off Ossington.
So how long are you in Toronto for now?
I'm here for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
I thought I'd come and scavenge some of your time.
That's a nice camera.
Yeah, this is the Pocket 5. See, Karen, I found him. Say hi to Karen.
What's up, Karen?
The
So are you live streaming right now too?
no, I don't have enough
Oh, okay.
viewership to have live stream. Unless I was going to TikTok or something.
Just
like
a
that.
video then, yeah. Okay. That's a cool camera though, the Pocket 5.
Yeah. But this is like basically the GoPro
Right.
version. I have the Pocket 2 in my backpack.
Okay. Yeah, I have the Pocket 3. It's served me well.
So this is my old, when I worked for National Drug, which is now McKesson.
Oh, nice.
Used to follow all the way down Eglinton,
Okay, yeah.
down Mount Pleasant, south to Davisville.
Oh.
So as soon as you said where you're at, I don't read this.
Right. Well, it's a good thing the subway was working properly today, right?
I couldn't believe it. Like I spent the last little week with friends of mine in Grand Bend along the lake.
I've had some interesting subway rides recently, so you never know what you're going to get. Yeah.
So Karen asked us, you can go hunting down Ken and John, and I'm going, yeah, I am actually.
Well, we're in John's neighborhood here.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
He's from
yeah.
Yonge. Used to be where Rexall is. That used to be a Boots drugstore and then a Pharmaplus.
Oh yeah, I remember Boots.
Yeah.
That takes me back.
Yeah, well, it tells you how old.
Well, I'm not so young either, so. I remember the entire 1970s pretty much, so, you know, I'm not so young. Yeah. Well, not the entire 1970s. I think my memory started in 1972, around there. That's about as far back as I can remember, yeah.
Those few years were like a fog. I was dealing with a different pharmacy at that point in time in my life. You know, that's one thing that really kind of gets my goat around here. And I know when Karen and I were up during COVID, we decided to take a walk down Yonge Street and we see the amount of weed stores, and I'm going,
oh yeah,
can't they think of anything else to sell?
No.
Yeah.
I'll be glad when that trend sort of dies off, you know. Hopefully it does anyway.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, everything has its day. I mean,
Yeah.
you think back to Yonge Street in the early 70s and certainly the early 80s. It was a sin bin, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Of body rub parlors, and
Yeah, yeah.
prostitution. Of course, we all know where hooker parties is.
Oh yeah. The sin strip. That's what they used to call it, right? Yeah.
When I first moved in, I moved in George Street, just right up from the Fillmores where you were
Yeah.
last week.
That's just like a block away from where I live. Yeah.
Our apartment, as I said, was at 437 Jarvis, just around the corner from where you are.
Right. Yeah, I was just going to walk up Yonge for a little ways, and then I was going to loop around and go back down to Eglinton, and then walk east along Eglinton.
Go towards Mount Pleasant?
Yeah.
Sure, we'll
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah.
You see me died. Dial 911 and continue on.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, I'm staying at one of the hostels. So I
Okay.
took all my goodies with me.
Right.
I didn't really want to leave them behind. My clothes I could buy again.
Daniel, your first memories were from 6 to 7. Mine were age 3. I was 3 years old, and those are my first memories. I don't have too many memories from when I was 3, but I do remember my sister being born, or us bringing her home from the hospital. I remember that. And a couple other hazy memories from around that time. So this is the Stridesland neighborhood, as I like to call it. Yonge and Eglinton, Midtown.
Looks like we're coming up to the dueling Dollaramas.
Right?
I heard about that one too.
The Eglinton LRT supposedly will be open by the fall. So we'll see if that actually happens.
I saw T-Shots taking the long walk down Eglinton Avenue from east to west last week.
Yep.
I said, gee, she's in good shape.
People are saying hi to you in the chat.
Well, hello. How are you? Come and sign up. We're at Outlaw Radio 1960, the year I was born.
Nice.
So it's easy to remember on YouTube.
Yeah, the dueling Dollaramas. Got one on that side, and then we have another one on this side.
Oh, you'll never miss it.
Yep.
Probably owned by the same guy, too.
So take us a bit further north, and then we'll take a little detour through some residential streets, and then I'll go back down to Eglinton again.
Anyway, Karen says I have to buy you a burrito.
I am a fan of burritos, yeah.
So you make sure you buy Ken a burrito. So I don't know what Strides eats, but I know Ken likes burrito boys.
I do love burrito boys.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'll have a chance to have a burrito like while I'm streaming though,
No,
you know?
no.
Yeah.
We can wait.
Jillian says her father was also born in 1960. I was born in 1969, so we're in the same decade at least. Yeah.
Well, it works.
Yeah. You were born when the Beatles first came into existence, and I was
Yes,
born
that's right. They were in Germany in 1960.
yeah, when they first called themselves the Beatles.
Yes.
Was around then, and I was born right when they were breaking up.
Yeah.
I think
went full circle.
I think John Lennon actually announced to the other Beatles that he was leaving the band the day after I was born.
Okay, yeah.
It was September 20th, 1969. He told the other Beatles, "I'm quitting, or I'm leaving the band, or I want a
Well, he
divorce."
chose different management, and Paul McCartney
Yeah.
wasn't happy.
He said, "I
And
want
he
a
said he
divorce."
really didn't care.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
So I was alive for one day while the Beatles were still together.
I was born for one day, and my sister said, "Take him back, take him back." It's kind of nice what they've done with this. They kept the old stock building.
Yeah, it looks
and
good.
put
Yeah,
something on top of it.
it's sort of like a landmark around here.
Yeah, like I say, some of the stuff that they've done. It's interesting to see what they do with the Concord Sky and how that front facade looks.
Yeah, hopefully it'll look good.
Because I know that they're keeping all the front facade of the Yonge Street Mission.
Yeah, and the old building right on the corner also. Yeah.
And we're it's 8 Elm, isn't it? The new one going up on the other corner?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a familiar corner for me.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Father Joe McDonald used to run our place, Community of Hope, there on the upstairs just above 8 and Cameron for years and years. They're now over on Dover Court.
Right.
And he spent his life working with people who would have nervous breakdowns and, who were experiencing poverty of any type of nature. He started out Poverello, and he now has several houses associated. Poverello now has several houses in Toronto.
Oh wow.
To give people cheaper accommodation.
Right.
And a place of supportive type of community, right?
Yeah.
And he passed away here a few years ago. And that's another one of the reasons why I'm down. Because I promised I would put a book together on all this.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, crikey, what's going on? Let's see. Elaine Cat, welcome to the stream. I'd walk along here instead of under the scaffolding, you know.
I feel hard ahead.
Alright, so here's Rosedale, so I was going to take a little swing through this neighborhood here and loop around. So we're going to say goodbye to Yonge Street. I'll come back to this stretch later on.
This is a good looking mural.
Yeah, have you seen this one, Lisa? Sidewalk closed, of course, because in Toronto, no sidewalk goes unobstructed. And this car made sure to park here.
Quick cross, Ken.
Hey, Fouquet Walk. You don't get up this way very often, Lisa, yeah. There's a nice view of the surroundings.
I'm looking around for what they're putting up there, but I don't see a building blueprint anywhere.
I think it's a
It's going to be a parkade by the looks of it.
fairly tallish residential building, I think.
I just saw that 636. Well, that's a good bonus. Rental housing. That's something that Toronto really needs.
Yeah. Do I remember Pee Wee Herman? Oh yeah, of course. I was a bit old to watch his show Pee Wee's Playhouse when it was on TV, but I did watch Pee Wee's Big Adventure, the movie, and all that sort of thing.
It's amazing how he became a kid's character.
Yeah, I know.
Because Paul Rubens is not a...
Yeah, I mean, Paul Rubens himself, not exactly...
Well, Pee Wee's Playhouse got busted out in the Port Palace.
But I guess R.I.P. to Pee Wee Herman anyway. check out a nice residential stretch here. I'll go down to the next block and then we'll go back to Eglinton again. I'm with Bruce. Yahya?
I'm still here. Haven't died yet.
He's keeping up. He's keeping up pretty good.
Not bad for an old guy, eh? I might have to plug in here, Ken, just a sec. Starting to get down to the...
So that GoPro is actually called a Pocket 5? Is that...
It's the Osmo Action 5.
Osmo Action 5, okay. Okay.
And...
Yeah. Because I was like, it's a totally different setup than the Pockets, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's just like the GoPro camera. As a matter of fact, it's got a waterproof shelf for it and stuff like that.
Right, okay. But it is, yeah, cool.
I like it.
It's another DJI product.
Oh, sure. I've got one of their drones. I have the Pocket version. Took me a while to get used to the Pocket one.
Yeah. I just like the portability of the Osmo Pocket cameras. Like,
yeah.
Even
well, they can't really see it, which is another one when you're actually filming in different places where you might not to be too well appreciated.
Yeah.
I know every time I come down to West Edmonton Mall, for some reason there's always got to be a security guard there.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I usually get tossed pretty fast. You got your camera with you? Yeah, I do actually. Where is it?
I did a video through the West Edmonton Mall.
I saw that one, yeah, when we were down with...
with Megan, yeah.
Megan, yeah. Karen was going to come up from Casters. We got to go find him. Oh, God. Leave him.
I think that video is racked up like around 10,000 views, so it's gradually getting up there.
Well, that's what I say. We're just getting started. I retired here about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And trying to find ways to kick in a little extra buck here and there. I don't have to make a whole lot.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to make some.
Yeah, well, luckily I make just enough from my channel to make it my job, right? Yeah.
I figure by the time I get there, I'll be already dead. So.
Doesn't take that long. Took about 5 years for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did start up the radio station. Remember, I was telling you that we were planning on getting a radio station going.
Right.
And so we did start that. For those who like oldies, like Ken.
Yeah.
So I got all sorts of Beatles. It's Outlaw Video and Radio, and it's on Live 365 and TuneIn Radio.
There you go.
Yeah, find us there.
Check it out.
We don't do a lot of talking. We like to play the tunes.
Right, that's how it should be on radio.
Wouldn't be a good idea with me because, as you know, I speak in paragraphs.
If I was being a DJ, I'd feel tempted to use like a weird voice or something, like Wolf, like the Wolf Man or something, you know.
I'm sorry, I only have one.
All right, so I think we'll take Edith Street here and go back down to Eglinton. Or Edith Drive, I guess it's called. Make sure we don't get run over.
Wouldn't be the first time I bounce back.
Hey, later the Nerd Nest. Thanks for checking out the stream.
So do those two people that are running the chat, do they communicate with you as you're walking, or?
The two people, the mods?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep an eye on the chat.
Okay.
Make sure that it doesn't get disrupted by trolls and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I told her where I was, and he's way up there.
Yeah, they'll, if I miss something in the chat, they'll...
That's why I'm going to go run and intercept.
Because I miss chats when they zip by, so then they'll alert me if I miss something important, you know. Usually put big caps, you know. Ken! I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Oh, Bruce is in town, yeah. You had to think about it for a while. But then as soon as you saw the words, Karen keeps putting money in your Christmas stocking. He knows her.
Yeah, it's awesome to be supported.
It is, and, both you and John do such a good job with the Santa Claus parade.
Yeah, that's always a fun one to do. Or the clown parade, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
We're heading down to Eglinton Avenue, for those wondering where I'm going. Hey, Carlito's Way. We're in the Yonge Eglinton area. We're just in a residential side street. Edith Drive. Hey, Donnelly's, how you doing?
It's starting to come up now.
When I was planning out this walk, I thought, Edith Drive, what can I use to remind me to walk along Edith Drive? And I just thought, just think of All in the Family. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
First thing that comes to mind is Archie and Edie.
If you see something that reminds you of All in the Family, walk down that street.
All sorts of color here.
Yeah. Nice, like semi-detached houses along here.
Pretty one, so.
Yeah.
Nice quiet street.
Stifle myself. Hey, Rowan Bertram, are you a fan of All in the Family? Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
Guys like us, we had it made.
Those were the days.
I can't do her voice.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can do that screeching Edith voice there.
The laugh of it is both of them are opera singers. So.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jenny. So just some quiet side street action here as I make my way down to Eglinton. And then we'll take a fairly long walk east along Eglinton. I see we're over 2 hours now in the stream. Hey, Eduardo, welcome. This is a nice semi-detached house, eh? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, each side is like a big house all on its own.
Could be just a straight detached.
Yeah. Toronto really loves its attached housing, you know? Yeah. Like this one too.
Well, the first thing I had to get used to when I first moved here was the language. Because of course I would look at a semi and go, duplex.
Oh, right.
Because in Alberta, that's what a duplex is.
Yeah, I think here a duplex is when one is above the other.
One above the
yeah.
is above the other. So
yeah.
people used to come, it's just like when I said I lived in a one-bedroom suite in Jarvis Street. You live in a hotel? Yeah. First they're apartments and flats.
Right.
Whereas in Edmonton, of course, a suite is an apartment.
Yeah.
What's this place over here, Ken?
There's a park. Eglinton Park is over there. I think that's the recreation center.
Okay.
That building over there.
been a while since I've been here.
That's
so.
like the big park of the neighborhood, basically, over there.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, crikey. People here don't usually call them flats. Sometimes you might hear that though.
That's the old Toronto British term.
Yeah. Hey, Ring Zero.
One of my old bosses who left Saskatchewan and went to teach at Bloor sat there with his wife and said, Bruce, you got to learn how people talk out here. You got to talk like them, they'll never understand you. And he kept on going to Karen, you know what he's really trying to say is, and Karen's going, I understood totally what he said.
Right.
Yeah. Finally, Alan's wife, Ann, said, you see, Karen, it's true. You can take the boy from the prairie. You can't get the prairie out of the boy.
Some people say the same thing about Northern Ontario. Yeah.
Well, North Bay is a nice community. I was up there in the 80s.
Yeah, I never really, like, I guess, connected with the Northern Ontario environment, I guess you could say. I was more into, like, cities, you know,
Yeah.
my whole life. So,
Well, we moved out to the countryside for the kids. I mean, number one, that they got a really strong ethic, work ethic built, but they also smaller classroom sizes,
right.
where they could thrive a little better, and because they weren't doing as well in the city as they would have where they were. So.
Like the whole, like I moved to North Bay with my family when I was 5. And you know, grew up there, lived there until I was an adult, and the whole time I just wished it would grow into a bigger city, right? I was like, why is it so small? Why can't it be a bigger city?
I remember one of our friends who came from Kitchener. My wife Karen comes from Arthur, Ontario, Kenworth, north of Guelph.
Right.
She Kenworth, north between Arthur and Mount Forest, and they said, well, Stettler's going to be a big city, town, right? And I'm going, yeah, you say that now, wait till the first bus hits.
Right.
And the oil prices fall flat.
Yeah.
And then there's an exodus out, and your property's worth nothing.
Yep. All right, so now we're on Eglinton Avenue. We're going to walk east.
Remind me next time you walk to get out of this jacket. Well, it's snowing in Port Huron.
Was
All
it?
week last week, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was bad. Okay, it's still the cop shop. I was going to say that. It used to be a police station on Duplex there. Still
Hey.
is.
Prasanna Telecar. Hey, how you doing? I'm in your neighborhood. Nice.
Oh, I'm just about dead here. Time to go recharge my battery. I thought it would last a little longer than that.
Oh, wow. How long has it been going?
Took a lot of shots from the train today.
Okay, yeah.
So it's been a while. And that's the phone. So I know it's my wife calling. She probably now realizes that I'm with you. Speak of the devil. Hold on.
It's getting a call from the wife.
Yeah, hang on. We'll have to okay, we'll go over here. We'll chat to her and then I'll probably take somebody back because I'm going to run out of power here.
You got a good lengthy video at least, right? Of us walking through the area there. Yeah.
Okay, say, I figured I'd catch up with you and Johnny get a chance to.
So will I see this video online?
Yeah, if you go to the channel, it'll be up.
Okay, tell everyone the name of your channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is Outlaw Radio 1960
There we go.
on YouTube.
Just like in the live chat, when you see him pop into the live chat,
Yeah.
you can just...
Here, we'll go talk to Karen for a half a second.
Outlaw Radio 1960. You can catch his video of our walk.
And like and subscribe, we'd love that too. We're getting poorer in Alberta.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 69% battery. Nice.
Hello. You'll never guess in a million years who I'm with. Say hello, Mr. Continuum.
Hello, Karen. I will continue.
I kept up with them, but my battery is dying fast. So we're actually at the corner of Yonge and actually at the Yonge duplex, down by where the dock I used to go to was. But I think I'll go back because I didn't get a whole lot of rest. And we'll probably do another one where I can keep up with them a little better. I haven't eaten yet either, so that doesn't.
Oh yeah, yeah, me neither. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going on.
But you know, I went down and everybody's sitting there. Were you going to rent a hotel? And I said, "Have you lost your mind, right?" I said, "It costs $300 for." I says, "I can stay at the Parkdale Hostelry." You'd stay there? You wind up dead. And I'm going, you think I'm scared of this sort of thing?
It's not so bad.
I says,
yeah.
It's not bad down
Yeah.
there. It's just a bunch of people that need a cheap place to stay.
Yeah.
I says, where did I stay last time? It was the Chinatown Travelers Lodge. Last time I was in town. I was where's Danvers? Oh, no, it's Chinatown Travelers Lodge.
Yeah.
I'm cheap. What can I say? The Outlaw's cheap. There's a reason for that.
Frugal.
Well, this is the frugal one right here.
Okay.
But she still gets you get $10 to you every Christmas.
And thank you very much. We're just taking a load off here for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Just chatting with the wife.
Okay, well, I'll head back then and I'll make sure I get that stuff done.
Hey, red camouflage. Okay. Thank you very much.
Crisis. The boss says I gotta go back.
Okay. So we'll go back to the subway station there.
Oh, never mind. I got my finger in there.
It's a nice gadget.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I mean, this works as a... Just like the Osmo Creator, right? It does have a tripod ability.
Right.
But it's actually a really nice, it's 5K. And the GoPro 12 or 13, I think, is over $1,000 for the Creator. And this one was only about $699.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, like, I mean,
jeez.
There's your option right there.
Yeah.
And this actually takes better pictures, I know, because my son Eric has got the GoPro 12 or 13.
Okay.
That doesn't take, and it's confusing, number one, but number two, it says it doesn't take after pictures, this one does.
Right. Yeah, the Pocket 3 Creator combo is like $1,000.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can't remember what I paid for the Pocket 2. It's in here. But I also have Nathan bought me. Says, Dad, you're going to learn how to fly next. So I got the DJI deal.
Oh, nice.
So maybe we'll cut some flying time in on the beaches. That way we can both figure it out.
Right.
You know, like I say, I'm working 60. Technology can sometimes.
Yeah, it changes pretty fast.
Oh,
yep.
Well, as I always say, if I need a question answered, go straight to the kids. Hello. There's the loading dock right there for Yonge 18.
Oh, yeah. There was an old office building here and they tore it down.
Yeah.
Because they're going to build a tall condo there. Or that was the plan. I don't know if it's still the plan, but...
I don't know. I think condos are a pretty shitty investment for them right at the moment.
Yeah, the condo market is tanking, so I don't know if that building is still moving ahead or not. They tore down the building that was there, so hopefully something will will come along.
But they really do have to focus a lot more on the rental market.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you're paying what you do for yours, and our building in Toronto at 437 Jarvis was rent controlled, and there's still a few people there that lived there when we were there that still live under the rent controls.
Right.
So they're not paying as much, but oh my God, they're over $2,000 a month now.
Yeah, I've been, you know how I've been in my apartment for 15 years, so luckily my rent is pretty damn cheap now, right? Because of that, so yeah.
It was a part of the Eglinton line.
Yeah, the future station for the Line 5 there, right beside the station for Line 1. I don't know why they had to build a whole separate building.
Seems to me a bit of a waste.
Yeah, like, couldn't you just access the new Line 5 through the existing building that's already there? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
I can see out by Caledonia.
Metrolinx is very wasteful in the way they build their infrastructure, right?
Well, it drives me nuts is it takes them 15 years to do this.
Yeah.
How long did it take them to do Line 1?
Yeah, and like up in Pape Village, I did a video, they're tearing down 2 entire blocks of old storefronts.
I saw that.
Just for one station, one subway station.
And then there's got that big hulking thing.
Like, why?
Sherbourne Street.
Why would you have to tear down 2 whole blocks just to build one subway station? It makes zero sense to me. Right?
Well, I was sitting down there and going, when you went by Moss Park the other day, and the big station they're building there, and I'm going, well, why would they need something that size unless they're building up? But apparently they're not building up either, right?
Not at this point, yeah. All right, we're back at Yonge and Eglinton.
And Bruce has to go and do what his wife says he's got to do.
Bruce is going to hop on the subway. Well, it was awesome.
For sure.
Awesome meeting you.
Make sure you tune in. We're the Outlaw 1960.
Check him out on YouTube. All right, Bruce.
You take care.
For sure.
Have a good trip down Mount Pleasant.
I will. I think I might go down Bayview, actually, yeah.
Oh my gosh, well, you're going ways.
Yeah.
I gotta get back to the place. Otherwise, I think he'll never come back.
All right, people are saying bye, Bruce.
Yeah. You're on your way, so you're across the street.
Okay, yeah. Okay, have a good one. All right, back at Yonge and Eglinton. Hey, Novella Costs, hello. So let's go along Eglinton. Feels like it's cooled off quite a bit just in the last, like, 20 minutes or so. I might have to put my flannel shirt back on. Hello. Yeah, there's a Harvey's Swiss Chalet combo. You don't see those too often anymore. It's kind of a nice looking Bell utility building. A lot of them aren't so much to look at, you know, but this one has some character. That's right, Megan. YouTube has some very annoying standards that I would be very much going against. You don't have to worry about that, Randy Ruck. Sorry. I'm the stripper. Hey Mo, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. And anyone else just joining, we're currently walking along Eglinton Avenue heading east. We were at Yonge and Eglinton just a few minutes ago. I started downtown though, on the east side along Sherbourne Street. So we made our way from downtown up into Midtown, or some might even say uptown. Hey, thank you very much, Mo, for the $5. It's very much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the walk so far. I know you've only been here for a minute though. Cheers. Thank you very much, Marine Mar, aka Mo. I felt it was t-shirt weather. I was too hot earlier with my flannel and my hoodie. It is cooling off a bit now though, but it's still okay, I think, for a t-shirt. I'm just hot-blooded, Novelicos. I got a fever of 103. We're in the Mount Pleasant Village area, but I'm going to keep on heading east. Hey, Art. Welcome to the stream, watching from beautiful British Columbia. I don't think I'd rather be that cold, but I'd rather be cool than hot, I guess. Hey, cool it. Yeah, I believe it was that warm earlier, because man, it was way too hot for me to be wearing anything other than a t-shirt earlier. It's definitely cooled off though. Here's Mount Pleasant. It's got Mount Pleasant Village going south down there. I'm on Eglinton Avenue, Jillian. Eglinton Avenue East. And we're heading east. I know, right, Novelicos? I'm always expecting to get honked at every time I turn my camera away from the direction I'm walking. That really triggers people in cars for some reason. It's like I can walk one way and point my camera another way at the same time, you know. As I'm doing right now, look. I'm walking east, but my camera is pointing north. I think when I do that, they just think I'm not paying attention or something. Or they think I'm somehow holding up traffic at the intersection, even if I'm literally not at all. I'm literally walking. So my plan was to start streaming over here, and I was going to record a video before the stream, but now I'm doing everything in reverse. I'm going to record the video after the stream. So what was going to be a daytime pre-recorded video will now be a nighttime pre-recorded video. Oh well. Yeah, it's sunset now, 8 p.m. But it was out of my control. I wasn't about to just leave my apartment, you know, unattended while the SWAT team was inside there. Okay, boys, I'm heading out to do a stream. Make sure you tidy up on your way out. Don't forget to lock the door behind you. They can't even lock the door behind them. They don't have the key. It's McMurphy's and Gabby's. Decisions, right? If you live in this neighborhood, it's like, where should I go? Gabby's or McMurphy's? How can anyone make such a decision? I don't know. Have to flip a coin, I guess. I'm just trying to talk over the stupidly loud music coming from Gabby's. I think that helps me make my decision. I'd rather go to McMurphy's since they're not blasting loud copyright music out into the street. It's an extra point for McMurphy's. Yeah, thanks, Tiana. It wasn't so bad, really. It was just standing around and watching everything go down, basically. Hey, Ken Lan, hello. It's a very nice day today. Hey, Jenna A. I'm doing good. Maybe my apartment is bigger than you think, Jenny. It's small, but it's not that small. It can fit, you know, a bunch of people inside if they're just not dancing or something. Gave me a chance to do some cleaning though, since we had to push some of my furniture out of the way. It revealed some dust bunnies and things like that, so I was like, oh well, now I can use this as an excuse to clean out all these dust bunnies. So I did that, and then I put everything back to where it belonged. Hey, Davy Bukaj, hello. Whoops, please don't cancel me, Novelicos. Alright, I'll be watching out for that to arrive in my mailbox. Yeah, the whole time I was actually thinking about how this would affect my live stream when all this was going down in my apartment. I was like, oh no, will I be able to stream at 5:30? I kept looking at the clock and thinking, how long is this going to take? Will I still be able to get up to Midtown before 5:30? Then I was like, nope, I guess I won't be able to go to Midtown. Then I had to make a change of plans. There'll be a video, Novella Cost. There'll be a video showing what happened in my apartment today. We're kind of near Bayview Village, Gertish. Getting close to East York, the border with East York. Yeah, I'm being serious. I'm not joking around. There actually was a SWAT team inside my apartment today. That really happened. My apartment was used by the SWAT team. Right, crikey? Maybe the landlord can give me a discount on my rent next month for having to deal with all that, right? That'd be nice. Oh, sorry about your apartment getting taken over by the SWAT team. Yeah, we'll chop, your rent in half this month. What are the chances of that happening? Probably 0. I don't know, Lisa. Hopefully not. Hey, look, we're at the future Leaside station here on what will be the Crosstown Line 5. Out of service. Yeah, no shit. When will it be in service? That's the question. Emotional distress. I can fake having emotional distress, I guess. Novella costs, I'm hearing by the fall, but summer would be better. There's the other entrance. So here's Bayview Avenue. Yeah, summer does extend through 2/3 of September, right? Because I was born September 19th, which is technically still summer. Some people ask what season I was born. I just say summer, and they usually will think like July or August or something, but nope, September 19th. It still counts. This is a really long building they're constructing here. It just goes on and on and on. My zodiac sign is Virgo. Look at this thing. It's huge. If they stood it up on its end, it would be a skyscraper. Leaside Common, because we're in the Leaside neighborhood here now. Kind of right on the boundary of East York and Old Toronto. But I think I'm going to wrap up the stream right here, because I do have that plan to record a video in this area, which will now be an evening walk instead of a daytime walk. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me on another Monday evening live stream around the city. We started downtown, made our way up to Midtown. I hope you all enjoyed as I regaled you with the tale of the time a SWAT team took over my apartment. And yes, there is an actual video that I recorded that I'm going to see what I can do with. I'm not sure how well that will turn out, but we'll see. So stay tuned maybe for an interesting video about that whole thing. And I'll be streaming again in 3 or 4 days, so keep an eye out for that. Hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe, hit all the buttons if you haven't already done all that stuff. And I'll be premiering a pre-recorded video tomorrow evening around 7 or 7:15 p.m. Hope to see you there in the live chat for that one. So thanks to everyone once again for checking out the stream tonight. Thanks to the mods for alerting me to important things. And thanks to everyone who sent support. It is very much appreciated. 15 million channel views. Pretty cool. I guess the next big one will be 20 million channel views. And maybe this summer, 30,000 subscribers. That would be nice to see. All right, until next time, I will continue. And thanks to all the channel members, too, I should mention. Later, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. And abadia, abadia, abadia. That's all, folks.